Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Becca and we're doing some plant chores today. I'm really excited because I have some new storage cabinets to bring in here. One of them is already in here in the place where I thought that I wanted to put them. And then I realized I have this whole blank wall where I could put stuff. We're also going to be doing an update on the pulley system, at least a tentative update, an update where if it goes well, then we're gonna make the change for all of them. Some feedback that I got from the pulley system, which is this, was that the crates were a little bit overwhelming and it was hard to see the plants in the crates because honestly, a lot of the plants are super juvenile still. They're not really long trailing plants. And so I found these self-watering pots, which number one, are going to add more visibility for the plant itself. This is about the size of pot most of them are in, maybe a little smaller, but I think that it'll be fine because the roots can definitely grow into this water basin if they want. And it's a self-watering pot. So I have wicks, the system came with some cotton cord for wicks. So you put the cotton cord up through and into here, into where the soil will be. It helps pull up the water so that the plant can continue drinking as it needs it. Anyway, it's also a really nice visual cue for me because I will be able to see the water level. Hopefully this will be a better system for me just for since I've started my job, I'm not able to take care of my plants as often. If I set up some self-watering systems, hopefully it'll be better for all of us. So I have 2 of them so far, and there are 5 plants up there currently. One of them is permanently planted inside of the crate, and it's the staghorn fern, and that one is probably just going to be taken down and put somewhere else. I'm probably going to hang it. We're going to start off by placing the cabinets. They're very beautiful. They're from Nathan James. They were sent to me by them, and if you guys are familiar with the plant room as it is right now, all of the shelves, the big shelves on the wall, are from Nathan James, and I absolutely love them. They're my new favorite brand to buy furniture from. I decided that I'm gonna put them along this wall because this wall I've felt sort of at a loss with because I have plants here, but not at all in the way that I would want them to be. Actually, they're just put there. They're not styled in any way. So I'm gonna move them. I'm gonna sweep. The floor is really gross. Definitely needs a good sweep. And then we're gonna move in the cabinets. So I have 2 identical storage units. And honestly, what I see a lot of people do with these is use them for their TV stands, but I think they'd be super cute in a number of functions, at the end of a hallway, in my case, in a plant room. I'm gonna put all of the soil in there because I got an order from Tank's Green Stuff to restock. I usually buy a lot at a time. So I am gonna put that in here, as well as I have this section of the plant room as it is of pots that I have recently unpotted something from. And I'm going to put those pots in here. Okay, I think that actually looks so good. I'm gonna scoot it over so it's more centered on the wall, but I love the vibe so much. These are really nice because they have the button closure, a magnet button closure. So you just tap it and it opens right up. And it has a shelf in there, which you can put at 3 different heights. I just put it right in the middle. I also have received questions in the past about how I receive De La Tanks, because De La Tanks is made in Tucson, Arizona, and obviously I don't live there. I used to lump in my order with Vintage Hill and split shipping with them. And we do have a retail partner in Oklahoma City now. She's just sort of waiting to get the shipment. So in the future, I imagine I will just lump in my order with hers. I do try to stock up quite a bit. When I used to order it with Vintage Hill, I would get I don't know, 15 bags or something like that. And it lasted me probably a year, maybe more. I've really only just run out of that shipment. So I try to get a lot. And I got 8-quart bags this time as well because I take the 8-quart bags to nurseries when I'm trying to convince them to carry the De La Tank soil. So I think I have 4. So 4 opportunities to get the soil in more hands. So this one is pretty much full. I think what I might do is, I have an open bag. So I'm gonna put that here with my soil scoops because I am literally always losing my soil scoops. So I'm gonna have them in a place, and hopefully having them have a place will help me keep track of them. We will see, remains to be seen. Okay, for the second one, I'm going to put pots and other plant supplies, and I have these 2 towels that I'm going to use to protect the shelves, just because I'm going to be putting like pottery on it, and I just don't want the shelves to get gross and ruined. I'd rather these towels get gross because they're just old towels, who cares? For those of you who are unfamiliar with Nathan James, I wanted to just share some more information about them. Nathan James is great because it provides us opportunities to have a designer home at an honest price. They also have amazing products. They have 10,000 plus 5-star reviews. And if for some reason you didn't like what you ordered or it doesn't work in your space, they have free 100-day returns and a lifetime warranty. And bonus, everything always ships free. There are definitely more pots than that, but they're out in the shed, and as I need them and as I go through them, I'm just gonna start bringing them back in here. And now I have this whole area on top to put plants. So I'm excited for that. Let's figure out what we're gonna do there. I think it's cute. I like it for now. I'm sure that it's something that I will change around a ton, especially as the growing season comes. The whole room is going to get a little bit of a refresh and a change around because I currently have all of my cactus in here, and then I'm gonna have a whole blank wall. Maybe I'll just leave it blank though, because it is feeling kind of full, so we'll see. But I have had this big monstera in this corner here because there just really isn't a lot of places for it elsewhere. So I think I'm gonna keep that there, but again, it's one of the plants that would go outside when it's time to bring plants outside, so I'll just leave it there for now. And then this plant, I think I'll just put like right here for now. Its leaves are getting stepped on because it's so close to the floor, so let me put it inside of this. Okay, I like that. Fills in the whole wall, looks really cute. Okay, we're gonna shift gears because we need to do some repotting. I'm using a blanket right now because I'm so chilly. It says it's 57 degrees in this room, but I feel like it is colder. I guess I can give an update about how it has been heating this room. So far, I have pretty much been able to get by just using my greenhouse heater. And we do have an additional space heater in here that we used when it was like very, very cold, when this one wasn't exactly keeping up. But honestly, I think that was Daniel being paranoid. He's actually much more concerned about my plants getting cold than I am. Because honestly, as long as it's not like super prolonged exposure, houseplants can handle down to like 45 degrees. I mean, not that I would suggest that if your room is always going to be 45 degrees that it's fine, but you know, a day here and there where it reaches 45 degrees for a little bit is probably fine. I don't like it to get colder than like 55 degrees in here. So I think we're probably sitting around that. I do need to get like an external thermometer. Like, actually I have some, I just need to probably change the batteries. It's actually a hydrometer. I have like a specific one for plants that I look at the humidity and the temperature of the room. I probably have an extra one in the shed that I just like haven't found yet, because as I've mentioned, there's a lot of plant stuff in the shed that I have not found homes for, but I digress. I'm going to pot this plant in one of my new planters. I'm realizing that the next time I order this, I'm gonna probably see if there's another, like a bigger size. I hope that this wasn't the biggest size because I really like the way this looks, but I don't think that plants will live in it long term. You know what I mean? With it being this small, because this is like a 5-inch pot. So this one I think will be fine because there's just not a lot going on here. The root ball is pretty small, so I think it's gonna be fine. I am going to go get my De La tanks because this is probably the soil that it came with. It doesn't look like De La tanks. And since this fresh soil is dry, I am going to hold off on watering because the soil that was directly around the root ball was wet. I was supposed to put the wick in it. The wick. Don't forget the wick. But what I'm gonna do is have that there, and then I'm just gonna like set it on top of the first layer of soil, and then I'll just do the same with the other one. Okay, now it can all go back in. Then all we have to do is fill this with water, attach the included chains, and then dip her in. What do we think? Do we think this is a good idea? Ooh, the water level's a bit too high because the bottom of the pot is in the water. That would probably be a little bit too much water absorption for my liking. So I'm gonna dump out just a little. It's all a learning experience, you guys, but I do think that looks super cute. Okay, does that feel like the plant is more at the center rather than the crate? You can see the comparison. I think it does. That definitely showcases the plant much more. I'm going to repot the one that was in here. I already took it down, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Okay, the second hanging planter is up. It looks so cute. I think you guys were right. The boxes just totally overshadowed the plants, and I can even put up more plants now and it will be not as heavy, and I just think that it'll be a super cool change to this. I don't know, because with the crates it just wasn't hitting like I wanted it to, and I think that this is gonna be the thing that makes it feel better. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. Tell me if you think that that made a difference. I would love to know your guys' thoughts. Okay, now the last thing that I wanted to do with you guys is my friend Allie from Allie's Plants sent me some books because I showed in a previous video that I have the plant encyclopedia books, the Time Life Encyclopedia of Gardening books. They look like they're brown, and then they have like a really beautiful cover on them. And I believe that I showed it in my Christmas gifts you can thrift for plant people video. And yeah, so I had mentioned that I had found more when I went to a new to me used bookstore. And so Allie was like, hey, I have some duplicates, and there's like a bunch in that collection actually. So I wasn't sure how many books were in this encyclopedia, but I guess it's like 36. So that's quite a few. I already have 5, and I believe that this is 5 more. So we're gonna look at them really quick. So this is flowering shrubs. This one is herbs. And the cover I feel is a little boring for herbs. Like I would have loved to see some like upside down herbs drying or something like that. But I guess this is like a cool hedge of herbs. We have lawns and ground cover. That's very pretty. I love this. I love ground cover. This one looks like roses. Yeah, roses. So pretty. Oops. Vintage books. I'm gonna have to see about repairing that. Ooh, trees. This is the last one. I love that cover. That's so pretty. So this one is definitely not this like all of these are not like really houseplant related, but it is important to also learn about trees because in a lot of, well, in my specific HOA, we're required to have a certain amount of trees, which we have already fulfilled that with the amount of trees that were planted here already, but I definitely would like to plant more. But I have a lot of high hopes for the yard and everything else. And it's really fun to work on this room in the winter time and the off season, but I would like to get to a point where this room is like good and set so that I can focus on the outside because it needs a lot of work. But this room also needed a lot of work. And now that I have this setup done with the Nathan James storage units, that looks so pretty. Oh my gosh, I love it. Now that that's done, I feel like the room is basically done. Like once the cactus is out, I might need to figure out something for this wall, but otherwise it feels complete, at least for now. Like I'm not gonna make any big changes to it from this point forward, again, besides the cactus area. So I do think that I'm going to make a plant room tour video, just talking about like all the different projects that happened in here. And so if you have any questions specifically about that, I'll probably also ask on Instagram when it's closer to me filming it. But if you have any questions about this plant room and plant rooms in general, like closed sunrooms in general, I would love to help. So leave it down below if you have any questions. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. And thank you so much to Nathan James for sending out these storage units and sponsoring this video. I love them. They're so beautiful. And I don't know, I was looking back at pictures on my camera roll last night of it, and I'm just in love with how it completes this wall. It looks so good. So thank you so much to them, and thank you guys for watching. If you're not already, make sure that you subscribe for all of the planty updates and education and all of the fun things. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.